What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. Gosh, I almost said radio wrong. Welcome. For those who are tuning into their cars right now, I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in while in your car, whether you may be going to work, picking up somebody, leaving work, whatever you may be doing, because this is Vegas and people are just doing anything and everything at all times of the day. Thank you so much for not turning the AM or FM radio dial. And for those who are just now coming into the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, I appreciate y'all. Welcome. Yes, absolute pleasure to have you guys here. All right, so on the show rundown for today, we're going to go over my weekend. We're going to talk about some daily news, and then we're going to have a conversation about the end of the internet. Yes, they're saying we could be having an internet apocalypse very, very soon. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about that, but it's something very scary. So I make sure that you stick around to get this news because I'm trying to keep y'all up to date. Welcome in, Kara. What's up, Andrea? Welcome. Happy Veterans Day to everybody who has served our country. We really appreciate you all. I really appreciate you all. And I just thank you all for your service. I'm going to be real honest. My weekend, for once, I legit didn't do anything all weekend. My back has been in pain all weekend. Y'all, I have been in bed since I got off work on Friday. I have been in bed. I have been tired. I have been in pain. I've been trying to stretch, crack my back, and all the other stuff. So I really don't have much to talk to you guys about for this weekend. But look, I'm in good hopes. I'm in great spirits. I'm happy. Why my voice just cracked when I said that? That was so unbelievable. I really am happy. And I'm having a good time. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to continue on in my journey. All right, let's get into some daily news. So as reported by Fox 5 Vegas, the Supreme Court agreed to decide whether a Trump-era ban on bump stocks, the gun attachments that allow semi-automatic weapons to fire rapidly like machine guns, violates federal law. The justice will hear arguments early next year over regulation put in place by the Justice Department after a mass shooting in Las Vegas in 2017. Federal appeals courts have come to different decisions about whether the regulation defining a bump stock as a machine gun comports with federal law. The justices said they will review the Biden administration appeal of a ruling by the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans that invalidated the ban. The Supreme Court already is weighing a challenge to another federal law that seeks to keep guns away from people under domestic violence restraining orders, a case that stems from the landmark decision in 2022 in which the 6th-justice conservative majority expanded gun rights. The new case is not about the Second Amendment right to, quote, keep and bear arms, end quote, but rather if the Trump administration follow federal law in changing the bump stock regulation. Again, this is not about your right to bear arms, so don't think it's that. The ban on bump stocks took effect in 2019. It stemmed from the Las Vegas shooting in which the gunman, a 64-year-old retired postal service worker and high-stakes gambler, used assault-style rifles to fire more than 1,000 rounds in 11 minutes into a crowd of 22,000 music fans. Most of the rifles were fitted with bump stock devices and high-capacity magazines. A total of 58 people were killed in the shooting, and 2 died later. Hundreds were injured. The Trump administration's ban on bump stocks was an about-face for the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. In 2010, under the Obama administration, the agency found that a bump stock should not be classified as a machine gun and therefore should not be banned under federal law. Following the Las Vegas shooting, officials revisited that determination and found it incorrect. Bump stocks harness the recoil energy of a semi-automatic firearm so that a trigger resets and continues firing without additional physical manipulation of the trigger by the shooter, according to ATF. A shooter must maintain constant forward pressure on the weapon with the non-shooting hand and constant pressure on the trigger with the trigger finger, according to court records. The full U.S. Fifth Circuit ruled 13-3 in January that Congress would have to change federal laws to ban bump stocks. The definition of machine gun, as set forth in the National Firearms Act and Gun Control Act, does not apply to bump stocks. Judge Jennifer Walker Edward wrote for the Fifth Circuit, but a panel of 3 judges on the Federal Appeals Court in Washington looked at the same language and came to a different conclusion. Judge Robert Wilkins wrote for the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit that, quote, under the best interpretation of the statute, a bump stock is a self-regulating mechanism that allows a shooter to shoot more than one shot through a single pull of a trigger. As such, it is a machine gun under the National Firearms Act and Gun Control Act. A decision is expected by early summer in Garland versus Cargill 22-976. Now, I know everybody likes to tussle on this gun control topic. Some people are like, I'm for guns. Other people are like, there shouldn't be any guns. While other people say that there should be guns only for certain people. I personally believe that guns can be the problem, and so can humans. Seriously. And I say that because if you're giving the wrong type of guns to people and you're allowing the wrong type of guns to be purchased, that makes both things a problem. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or by calling at 702-221-7283. But I'm wholeheartedly with regulating who's allowed to have guns, regulating what type of guns are on the market, and understanding why people should be going through background checks before they're able to purchase guns. We're seeing way too many mass shootings. We're seeing way too many shooting deaths in our own communities. Quite frankly, Black people are killing too many of our own people with guns. And I'm not saying that other communities don't, but again, I'm speaking from my own perspective. And I believe that we need to have more regulations. We need to have more gun control laws, and we need to stop allowing any and everybody to be able to have a gun, period. I don't know if you guys disagree. Let me know in the chat. If you guys agree, let me know in the chat. But I'll move on. The Neighborhood Talk reported that an Australian woman has passed away after taking Ozempic to slim down for her daughter's wedding. According to the New York Post, Trish Webster, 56, was prescribed the drug and had lost about 35 pounds before her demise. Per the report, Ozempic is a medication approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for people with type 2 diabetes. The drug slows down the passage of food through the stomach and intestines, which allows a person to feel full for a longer amount of time. However, if the drug slows down the passage too much or blocks the intestines too much, then problems could arise. Deadly problems, that is. Months before her daughter's wedding, Webster's husband found her on the floor unconscious with a brown liquid leaking from her mouth. Quote, she had a little bit of brown stuff coming out of her mouth, and I realized she wasn't breathing and started doing CPR, end quote. Roy Webster recounted to 60 Minutes Australia when they had this conversation. Quote, it was just pouring out, and I turned her onto her side because she couldn't breathe, end quote. She died that same night with her cause of death listed as acute gastrointestinal illness. Quote, if I knew that could happen, she wouldn't have been taking it, end quote, said Roy. Quote, I never thought you could die from it, end quote. The FDA in September updated the Ozempic label to acknowledge complaints of blocked intestines in some people who have taken the medication. It's unclear if underlying medical conditions contributed to her death. We hope everyone consuming this drug is aware of the risk. Now, I want to just say this. Please, 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 please be very specific about what medications you take. Do your research. Remember that get skinny, quick schemes, get rich, quick schemes, get anything quick schemes have risks. You could possibly end your life if you're taking a medication you're not supposed to be taking. You're taking a medication that does not agree with your body, and you're taking a medication that is not fighting something that you don't currently have, like type 2 diabetes. Let some things be out on the market a little bit longer before you guys start taking medications that there's no true research behind. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that, this person deserved to, die. Not at all. I don't think anybody deserves to die if they're not doing anything to harm themselves, each other, or animals. I think that, unfortunate things happen, and may this person rest in peace. But again, please be sure to do your research. Please be sure to do your research. And remember, you can always work out. You really can. I'm not saying that, that's the only option. But if you had to go down a healthier route, controlling your food, having a balanced, healthy diet, and working out is a great way to start. It's not easy for everybody. Look at me. I'm not even doing it 24/7. But we all know we have that resource. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we have more daily news. So I don't want you guys to go anywhere, because this is the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live radio show. Shout out to Kara, shout out to Phoenix, shout out to Tracy, the Way Up CEO, shout out to AT, shout out to Andrea, and more. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mull's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mull's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmullmeats.com.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
ZenWorld Premium CBD offers full and broad-spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in-store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see everybody tuning into the YouTube right now, and I see people tuning in right now on the Instagram. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys on my live morning radio show. For those who are just now tuning in, I already went over my weekend, and we just started some daily news. I see Josh Does Vegas just entered the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you guys support me in my endeavors as I continue on this journey as a live morning radio personality. Welcome in. All right, let's get into some more daily news. Hollywood Unlocked wrote that it's time again this year. People's Sexiest Man Alive has been revealed, and this time is going to actor Patrick Dempsey. The beloved entertainer, who's best known for his heartthrob character as neurosurgeon Derek McDreamy Shepherd on ABC's Grey's Anatomy, said he couldn't believe it when he first received the news. Quote, "I was completely shocked, and then I started to laugh. Like, this is a joke, right? I've always been the bridesmaid," end quote. He joked. Quote, I'd completely forgotten about it and never ever contemplated being in this position. So my ego is good, end quote, he told People. The 57-year-old went on to say, I'm glad it's happening at this point in my life. It's nice to have the recognition, and certainly my ego takes a little bump, but it gives me the platform to use it for something positive. Now, I want to know, be completely honest, do you all believe Patrick Dempsey deserved this title as sexiest man alive? If you don't know who Patrick Dempsey is, do a quick Google search. Again, a quick Google search. Come on back. Let me know in the chat. Call in at 702-221-7283 and let me know if Patrick Dempsey should have been the sexiest man alive. I want to know what you guys think. And here, don't hit me with the, there has been people from all different ethnicities, who have been coined the sexiest man alive. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, of course, we see kind of like the same looking people, but I don't know. I just want to know what you guys think. Phoenix says Patrick Dempsey is definitely not the sexiest man alive. Kara says no. I'm gonna call y'all haters. I'm just kidding. I just have to play the devil's advocate. But keep letting me know in the comments down below. All right, let's get into this. As posted by Baller Alert, according to a 2020 poll, more people in the U.S. use marijuana than tobacco, which might be problematic based on new research. Oh, I know this is about to ruffle some feathers. That's Jay Stu says Patrick Dempsey is definitely not the sexiest man alive. But yes, two new non-published studies presented at the American Heart Association scientific sessions in Philadelphia say that older adults who use marijuana but don't smoke tobacco are at a higher risk of heart attack and stroke when hospitalized. And those who use marijuana on a daily basis are 34% more likely to develop heart failure. I know this is about to shake the table. I know a lot of y'all don't play about y'all little marijuana. A lot of y'all don't play about your pre-rolls and your weed and your cannabis, but the research is here. So I want you guys to let me know what you think. Again, this is an open space. I need y'all to speak your truth, say what you say, mean what you say, and stand on it, because we stand on business on the Jaime Dee Show. But it says, quote, observational data are strongly pointing to the fact that cannabis use at any point in time, be it recreational or medicinal, may lead to the development of cardiovascular disease, end quote. Robert Page II, chair of the volunteer writing group for the 2020 American Heart Association scientific statement, said in a statement. Notably, Robert Page II was not involved in either of the new studies CNN reported. The new findings have doubled down on the AHA recommendations that advise people to refrain from smoking or vaping any substance, including cannabis products. Confused Ocelot says, I mean, I can see that if you smoke it, though, does it say anything about edibles? Actually, the report doesn't. You have to do your own research on that. Even Jay Stu says, what about edibles? You have to do your own research. I do believe that consumption does have something to play when it comes to how your body is affected by it. Because I do know that even with vapes, a lot of people aren't realizing, or they may realize and don't care, that smoking vapes is literally inhaling straight nicotine. And when you're putting anything in your lungs, that's going to have a completely different effect than if you're digesting something, just as if you're shooting something up into your bloodstream. So I would recommend, if you guys are into edibles and you want to figure out if that's going to have any long-lasting effects, you should do your research. I mean, I could do a quick research right now, but I'm not sure how much of those resources would be credible in a quick Google search. Now, quote, the latest research about cannabis use indicates that smoking and inhaling cannabis increases concentrations of blood carbohypoglobin, which is carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas, tar, partially burned combustible matter, similar to the effects of inhaling a tobacco cigarette, both of which have been linked to heart muscle disease, chest pain, heart rhythm disturbances, heart attacks, and other serious conditions. Page, professor in the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Physical Medicine / Rehabilitation at the University of Colorado Sack School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences in Aurora, Colorado, added in his statement. So again, you guys can do your own research. I know a lot of y'all like to tussle when it comes to cannabis. A lot of y'all like to tussle when it comes to gun control, but y'all need to do your own research when it comes to your health. I am not a doctor. I am just a radio person. Now, I'm not just but I'm a radio personality who is going to give you guys the tools and resources you need to make your own decision. And then go and ask doctors for their opinion, for their advice, and do your own Google search. Remember that when you're doing Google searches, to make sure that it is a credible site. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. If edibles can affect your body negatively. All right, so look, I'm reading this. This is based off of publichealth.lacounty.gov. I'm getting a lot of questions in my comments about edibles. It says, if too much of an edible is consumed too fast, the person is at risk for a bad reaction, including poisoning, heart racing, or paranoia. These reactions can be scary. If you think something is happening, call the local poison control center at 800-222-1222. Again, you got to do your own research. I'm even looking at the AmericanAddictionCenters.org. And let's see if they have anything. The risk of consuming edibles. Okay, long-lasting effects. The effects of marijuana edibles last much longer than smoking, usually up to several hours, depending on the amount of THC consumed. Let's see. It does say delayed onset and high potential for overdose. Serious negative side effects includes drowsiness, confusion, vomiting, anxiety, and panic attacks, psychotic episodes, hallucinations, paranoia, impaired motor ability, respiratory depression, and heart problems, ranging from irregular heartbeat to heart attack. Now, that is a quick Google search. I know you guys wanted me to look that up real quick, but do your own research. I am not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm actually terrified of blood. I do not like surgeries. I actually saw a video of this lady getting her breast implants yesterday, and I wanted to upchuck. Like, not a doctor, y'all. I need y'all to do your own research. All right. So real quick, I didn't talk about this because technically I am an actor with over 4 TV shows, the main character on TV One, Oxygen, and the ID channel, a movie on Netflix as the co-star and part choreographer, and a movie as the principal character, which means the main character on YouTube. Because yes, YouTube does have their own original content. Catching up on some older news, the SAG-AFTRA strike has been over since Thursday, November 9th. Yeah, I can get back to working. SAG-AFTRA wrote on their Instagram, in our contract valued at over $1 billion, we have achieved a deal of extraordinary scope that includes above pattern minimum compensation increases, unprecedented provisions for consent, and compensation that will protect members from the threat of AI, and for the first time establishes a streaming participation bonus. Our pension and health caps have been substantially raised, which will bring much needed value to our plans. In addition, the deal includes numerous improvements for multiple categories, including outsized compensation, increases for background performers, and critical contract provisions protecting diverse communities. I love that because even before I became a main character in a lot of my TV shows, I was a background actor, and that's how I got my start in the industry. And they don't pay enough at all. They don't treat them good enough. They don't treat them well enough. Let me use a better term. And they be sitting there dealing with a bunch of elements. It being too cold, it being too hot, being in windy conditions, being wet, just sitting for hours with no service, not getting fed enough. Let me tell y'all, being a background actor is not easy, so I'm happy to see some of these improvements. It says we have arrived at a contract that would enable SAG-AFTRA members from every category to build substantial careers. Many thousand performers now and into the future will benefit from this work. We also thank our union siblings, the workers that power this industry, for the sacrifices that have made while supporting our strike and that of the Writers Guild of America. We stand together in solidarity and will be there for you when you need us. Thank you all for your dedication, your commitment, and your solidarity throughout the strike. It is because of you that these improvements became possible. In solidarity and gratitude, your TV/theatrical negotiating committee. Now, before we go to break, I want to let you guys know some of the other benefits that have come from this strike, because I know a lot of people were just so tired of not getting paid, not being able to post, not being able to have work, and having to follow the guidelines to not upset SAG-AFTRA and also break the strike. But it was for a reason. You know, $1 billion in new wages and benefit planning funding, new terms for proper hair and makeup services. Now, again, if you guys aren't an actor or have not been behind the scenes like I have, you would know that they be having black people look crazy. They be having people who are not, unfortunately, not white look crazy when it comes to makeup and hair. Let me tell y'all, the amount of great people, but that have done my hair and have butchered my hairline, and have made me look crazy with their makeup. Again, great people, but just don't know how to work on all skin tones and don't know how to properly cut other people's hair. It also says coverage of performance capture work, doubling pay for singers who dance and dancers who sing. You should be getting paid for everything you know how to do. Yes, even though I can't sing, but I can dance. Elimination of discounted rehearsal rate for dancer rehearsal. Also, I want to let you guys know about these benefits as well. I'm super happy that the strike actually came out with something good for the people in my industry. Streaming participation bonus, which is awesome. You know, when you have a show on Netflix like I did, and you get paid more for the streaming. 7% general wage increase. Yes. Because a lot of y'all think that actors get paid a lot. Yeah, the big actors, not people like me who ain't up there yet, okay? 11% background actor wage increase. Good job for the background actors. Informed consent and compensation for AI, which is awesome because you should not be able to just use our likeness for your own gain and not just pay us. And meaningful casting process protections, because I'm going to tell y'all this, casting couch is real. They be out here playing with people. And there are a lot of people, again, like I said, in all different industries who shouldn't be in power, who use their power and use their influence to get over on people or to make people feel bad or to fill their egos. So I'm so glad we are being protected in this industry. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have a conversation on the end of the internet. Yes, they're saying the end of the internet can be possibly near. I need you guys to stick around because this is some stuff that's going to gag you. I'm telling y'all. When I heard this news report by Fox, I was like, oh my God, the end of the internet. That means y'all wouldn't be able to see my beautiful face. Hey, Tracy the Way Up CEO says, Viva Las Acting. Yes. Phoenix says, shout out to SAG President Fran for standing strong. And shout out to everybody who was on the picket lines, because I know that was not easy. Shout out for those who endured without getting paid. We're back, though. All right, guys, let's take a quick break. This is the Jaime Dee Show. When I come back, the end of the internet. Stick around. I'll be right back.
I'm Nathan Atkins, and I know the Drip Bar LV is the place to be for natural health and wellness. We offer wellness-boosting IV vitamin therapies designed to enhance your immune system, promote healthy aging, increase your energy levels, and improve athletic performance and recovery. Book your session today by visiting our website at thedripbar.com. That's thedripbar.com. Or give us a call at 702-846-0851. That number again is 702-846-0851. Mention you're a listener of the Jaime Dee Show and receive 15% off.
Back by popular demand, the showroom at South Point presents Human Nature. Back to the sound of Motown. November 14th to the 16th. It's the box office online at southpointcasino.com or charged by phone 702-797-8055. An amazing evening, and tickets are going fast, so get yours now. Human Nature at the South Point.
Located only 4 miles from downtown Colorado Springs and 10 miles from Pike Peak, Hyatt Place Colorado Springs Garden of the Gods offers spacious rooms with contemporary decor, stylish furnishings, including divided living and sleeping areas, the Hyatt Grand Bed, state-of-the-art media and work center, a 42-inch flat-panel high-definition television that easily integrates with laptops and other electronic devices. Complimentary breakfast is included during your stay. Location at 503 West Garden of the Gods Road. Book your stay at hyattplace.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Confused, I see you. Dr. J. Terry, I see you. Welcome in, Tracy, the Way Up CEO, Kara, Phoenix, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys on Instagram, YouTube, and more. Now, I want to remind you guys that Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa is giving out free facials if you go to their spa and mention the Jaime Dee Show. Yes, go to Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa and get you a free facial. 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Again, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220 as well. She does have many other services. You can get you a drip. You can get you a non-surgical cosmetic procedure. You can get you a non-surgical cosmetic BBL, breast, lift, all that good stuff. You can get your face sculpted. You can get your Botox. You can get your fine lines reduced. You can get your wrinkles reduced. You can get that forehead of y'all's frozen so you don't see all those reactions in the lines. Telling y'all, there's so many things you guys can get at Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa, an official sponsor of the Jaime Dee Show, located on 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Again, 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. Like I said, go there, say the Jaime Dee Show, and get you a free facial. Now let's get into this topic of the day, the end of the internet. Now, I don't know about y'all, but all the negative things I have said about social media and the internet, I know I couldn't live without it. Let me know in the comments on Instagram or on YouTube or wherever you're streaming. What's up, Jekko? Good to see you. But let me know, could you guys live without social media and the internet? I get that a lot of us are addicted, but I don't mean I couldn't live without it because of that reason, but because the world literally needs the access. If the internet were to shut down, we would all be in shambles. Like, man, I wouldn't be able to do my job if the internet ceased to exist. Now, before I get into this further, I want to make it known that I see social media and the internet differently. I see social media as like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and more, and applications and websites where the whole purpose is to interact with others and create content, share your thoughts and opinions, consume random content, and then keep in contact with others. Now, the internet is more so for researching new topics, finding and utilizing new resources, finding new businesses, driving instructions, shopping, listening to music, playing online games, streaming, and more. Now, that's how I see a difference between social media and the internet. Let me know if you agree. Aldo says, I don't post a ton, but I like the food and bar recommendations from Instagram. I completely agree. Shout out to Trent. I see you, man. Welcome in. Now, both social media and the internet are tools that have become so ingrained in our everyday life that I have no clue how we would even function without it. I don't know about y'all, and to be very honest, this isn't a flex because I see it as a problem more than anything. But social media is my new TV. Brian Time says, I don't believe it. Too much of the world is connected to it. I can disconnect, but I need my bank account updated timely. Period. I didn't even think about that. Period. But yeah, social media is like my new TV. I find myself consuming hours of random content on social media versus watching TV or being outside. Even though this can be physically and mentally exhausting to me, it is also super comforting. I don't know if you guys agree or not. Like just laying in bed, holding a small screen, swiping up and down, laughing at dumb stuff, and taking a peek into my friends and random people's lives feels good at times. Now, don't get me wrong, though. I am working on that. I am working on that. Jekyll says, no, I can't, because I know sometimes people are rude for kids to join on social media. And I know like below 8 years, they're not allowed on social media. And I completely agree. They're not allowed on social media. And I mean, they shouldn't be because that's way too young. But I'm talking about people my age, people, teens and above, because don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm working on that, but I see social media as a great tool, but it's definitely not necessary because while it's very comforting, it's also very distracting. I find myself literally refreshing my apps and oftentimes consuming the exact same content over and over, when I could be doing something more productive with my time. I even will tell myself, like, okay, 5 more minutes, and I'll get up and go do this and that. And then a few hours later, I realize I'm still swiping on Instagram. Like, I'll be embarrassed to mention that, but I'll be trying to hold myself accountable so y'all don't have to. Now, that is something that I'm trying to control because it really bothers me how I let something like social media consume my time and distract me from being productive and experiencing life and getting tasks done and using my time wisely. Realizing you wasted your day not being productive, to me at least, is such a bad feeling. Like, yeah, here and there, it's okay to be distracted and not do anything because we as humans need to stop believing that we need to be productive every day, all day of our lives, because we do deserve rest. But I find myself being more unproductive than not because of social media. So again, I don't know about y'all, but I think the use of social media is great, but I use social media more than the internet. Like, yeah, I probably use the internet every day to Google things, listen, and utilize tools I need for work, but I use social media more than anything. And my goal is to switch that because I believe that I can learn way more and can find myself in better positions if I restrict myself from social media. Let me know what you guys think on Instagram, like as I'm talking on social media right now, or on YouTube, because I feel like more things could be done if I restricted it. Kara says too much of anything is a bad thing, and I completely agree. While the benefits of connecting with friends and family and new people is top tier, I find myself just watching random stuff versus even doing that anyway. Connecting with people and sending memes out. I'll be trying to tell myself, like, oh my God, please, you done sent this girl 5 memes already. Stop sending out memes. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I see my notifications flooded, I get so irritated. I am just high-key OCD, and I just don't like notifications. I don't like people with a lot of emails. I don't like a lot of notifications on social media. So I'll be trying to do my best to clear them. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in pain all weekend. I missed a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts, and there's a lot of notifications on my phone. I am trying, y'all. I'm trying to catch up, but listen, I just hate it. Okay. And personally, I'm trying to learn new skills and make more money. And while I'm pushing for social media to make me money because of a celebrity status now, it ain't working out like I want it to. Let's call a spade a spade. It ain't working out like I want it to. My status ain't gaining me money on social media like I want it to. It's gaining me money. I didn't say it's not getting me some coins. It's just not getting me the coins I want yet. Wink, wink. Because you got to. Hold on, y'all. My camera done came out. I think when I hit my microphone, my camera done came out. Everything done just refocused. Oh wow. Dang, my thing just said forget me. But yes, getting back into everything, y'all. I just know that I personally I need access to the internet. I need access to social media. But I need to learn how to handle things better. I need to learn how to refocus my energy, and I need to learn how to deal with balance. I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like I be having some crazy balance sometimes, and like Kara said, too much of a bad thing. I mean, if anything, could be bad. Now we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, when I get into why this conversation came up, we're gonna get into why I brought up the conversation. We're gonna get into why they're saying the end of the internet could be near. So stick around. This is the Jaime Dee Show live on KSHP AM 1400, and we every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, and now live on Instagram at It's Jaime Dee. Shout out to BP Desire. What's up, friend? What's up? Good to see you guys. I see we got Prime Time, BB Desire, and Aldo in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. I can't wait to play this Fox News report for y'all. Stay tuned.
I'm Nathan Atkins, and I know the Drip Bar LV is the place to be for natural health and wellness. We offer wellness-boosting IV vitamin therapies designed to enhance your immune system, promote healthy aging, increase your energy levels, and improve athletic performance and recovery. Book your session today by visiting our website at thedripbar.com. That's thedripbar.com, or give us a call at 702-846-0851. That number again is 702-846-0851. Mention you're a listener of the Jaime Dee Show and receive 15% off.
Back by popular demand, the showroom at South Point presents Human Nature. Back to the sound of Motown. November 14th to the 16th. Get to the box office online at southpointcasino.com or charge by phone 702-797-8055. An amazing evening, and tickets are going fast, so get yours now. Human Nature at the South Point.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. I don't know what the heck has just gone on with my cords. I don't know what the heck just happened, but look, technology. I guess the internet was tired of me talking about it. It decided to mess up my set. I don't know what the heck. Oh, I'm dead. Actually, shout out to Mark and shout out to everybody who makes sure that my production goes well on their side. I appreciate y'all. But if you're just now tuning in, I already went over some daily news, and now we're talking about the end of the internet. And I want to let you guys know why this conversation came up. So I want you all to take a listen to this Fox report, because again, they're saying that there could be an internet apocalypse, and it could be a reality due to a solar superstorm. Now, I know if we really had the internet taken away from us, many of us would go into a dang shock. I don't care what anybody says. I know when social media apps like Instagram crashes for a few hours, we can't even just get off our phones and go touch grass. We got to switch up the app and that we don't give attention to and go to that app and make that our new home until our main app gets it together. Now, take a listen to this report, and let's discuss what we would do if we literally lost access to the internet.
Not just pretty lights, though, when it comes to the aurora borealis. In fact, some of these solar storms can actually disrupt and even damage technology on Earth. The Carrington event happened in the year 1859, stands as the strongest observed solar storm in modern human history. Now, that caused a lot of problems. It's back when we had the telegraph, but we almost had one in 2012. Earth narrowly missed that one. So if or when it happens, a solar storm that impacts the globe could become a $2 trillion disaster, because it is a magnetic energy that comes through with these storms, and that's where we could have problems. If it were to occur, might take a decade for us to recover. Some of the destruction of communication infrastructure could bring about the end of the internet. You heard me right. This idea was actually explored by a UC Irvine student. She researched the potential in her paper entitled Solar Superstorms, Planning for an Internet Apocalypse. One of the greatest dangers facing the internet with the potential for global impact is a powerful solar superstorm. Well, the federal government has actually assigned a team of scientists at George Mason University $13 million to study this potential internet apocalypse and keep us away or help us prepare for dealing with some sort of solar storm that could cause this. Let's bring in the principal investigator for the project, Professor Peter Becker is at George Mason University. Peter, solar storms causing the internet apocalypse. That sounds like a worst case scenario. What does it look like?
Yeah, well, as you pointed out, it's been in the news a lot lately. There have been articles all over the place, Wall Street Journal, Washington Post. But yeah, the idea is there have been a lot of flares. Flares are when the sun brightens and we see the radiation. And that's kind of the muzzle flash. And then the cannon shot is the coronal mass ejection, as you mentioned. So we can see the flash, but then the coronal mass ejection can go off in some random direction in space. But we can tell when they're actually going to head towards Earth. And that gives us about 18 hours of warning, maybe 24 hours of warning before those particles actually get to Earth and start messing around with Earth's magnetic field. So yeah, you mentioned the Carrington event in 1859. There was actually also a big flare in Halloween of 2003. And so the Carrington event actually was a coronal mass ejection that did reach Earth, and it totally wiped out the telegraph system. So the telegraph system was their internet of the day. And sparks were literally flying off the telegraph lines, and there's even rumors that some operators might have even been electrocuted. It was total mayhem, and the system went down for a matter of weeks. And of course, a telegraph system infrastructure is very robust compared to the modern internet with all our little cables and fibers and things. So an event like that occurring now is something the internet is not built to handle. So we're talking not just the electrical grid, but huge economic consequences, especially because of the global wired economy now. So yeah, if it happened now, if the Carrington event happened right now, we're talking $10 to $20 billion per day of damage to the U.S. economy alone, and possibly weeks to months to repair the infrastructure, because you're talking about all those little electronics closets and all the office buildings basically getting fried and hardware having to be replaced.
Let's get into this, because when I heard this news, when I tell you I was flabbergasted, I was like, what? We could possibly lose the internet, not for 24 hours, not for 2 days, but for weeks and months. I mean, weeks and months. And I'm thinking about it simply as it pertains to social media. I'm thinking about it simply as it pertains to Google and getting on your computer and me being able to do my live morning radio show. But banks will be down. People that use technology to make our food, to make our resources, to do research, all that stuff. People will be out of jobs. They'll things would cease to function if we lost all internet access. And not again just going to Google, but literally Wi-Fi. Literally being able to use our phones to call people, to send out text messages. Do y'all know how hard it is to even call and text when there's a concert happening anywhere near you, when you're there on a fairground, when you're in a huge event? Imagine that's already irritating AF, but imagine literally not being able to have any type of access or connection to the outside world as pertains to business, pleasure, and more. Now, Mason Andrews says, however, once we have a good and strong quantum computer, current estimates are like 4 years or so, then people can encrypt basically anything with public key encryption, aka what your banks use. Mason, you said a bunch of stuff that I have no clue what you just said. I'm sure you're probably right. I'm sure you probably know what you're talking about, but I have no clue what that meant. But I'm gonna tell people anyway, because I'm sure there's people out there who do, and that's why I need access to the internet so I can Google stuff like that. Aldo says, I can see people with LOS internet or satellite internet having issues with the current infrastructure. Most rural Americans rely on those forms of internet. Yes, I just don't know how we'd survive without internet. A lot of things that we use in our everyday life have to do with the internet, have to do with access to data. And I'm a little confused as to how what we're doing in one second. How what we're doing in our regular life can be affected if we got. See, I gotta read. Sorry, y'all. That technical difficulty just messed me up. See, again, internet messing up. That just threw my thought process off. What I was trying to say is, if we didn't have the internet, how are we going to continue to evolve as a human race? Because there are so many things that we have to do on a daily basis and things that we have to complete using the internet. And bank accounts will be gone, resources will be gone. Some people's cars will probably not work. Our phones will cease to work. And the simulation of information to each other will cease to exist, especially through like the news. And I just don't know. I'm looking at social media right now on Instagram, and I'd love to have your thoughts and opinions. How would you guys be able to survive without access to the internet? And again, it's not just as simple as no Instagram for the day. It's not just as simple as, not being able to use Google searches. Now, BB Desire says, but do you honestly think it'd be that bad or just an inconvenience? I ask because I come from the era that experienced life before internet and smartphones, and we were lit. Right. And you guys were born into a space where you were able to do that. Now, we're in a new generation, in a new time where people aren't doing that. We're in a new generation, in a new time where if that happened right now, everybody would have to reconfigure how to live without the internet. Everybody would have to figure out, that people don't even know how to mail things. That people don't even know where to find stamps, like actual stamps. Do you know how long it takes for you to communicate with people without smartphones and without the internet? And while, again, it's possible for us to live, we would lose a lot of money. Everybody. It would take a lot of people, not just the newer kids, but a lot of people, even those who were born in those times where there was no internet, no smartphones, to be able to reconstruct how they move through life, reform how they're going to communicate on a daily basis to people. A lot of people need social media to be able to get through their days, need the internet to get through whatever illnesses they have, or need the internet to figure out resources to fix things and build things and more. And if we did not have access to any of that, I don't think the world would be able to handle it. Not at all. I don't know. I mean, let's look at the comments, because Mason says right now, no internet would mess me up, but like my end game is living in the sticks and generally being self-sufficient. Right, but you have to get used to doing that. You can't just go cold turkey with no internet and just be like, yep, I'm a caveman. Not saying back then before that y'all were cavemen, but like legit, you would have to do so much work to be able to get used to not living with internet and social media. That's just how I feel. All right, y'all. So this has been the end of the Jaime Dee Show, which is live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. I want to remind you guys that this week I will be at the TGI Fridays inside of the Gold Coast Casino this Wednesday, November 15th. From 7:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. PST, located at 4000 West Sahara. I said West Sahara. Wow. Wow. I don't know how I just forgot the dang address, but the Gold Coast Casino, 4000 West Flamingo Road. Jesus Lord. 4000 West Flamingo Road. I will be there this Wednesday, November 15th from 7:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. hosting my turn trivia night. And then I will be located this Friday at the Drip Bar giving out discounted drips for just $39 in your first month, just for $39 in total. So come on out. 4579 West Flamingo Road, 4579 West Flamingo Road this Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST. I love you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out. What's up, everybody? You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, You can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimedEeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jamiedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.